Hello, guys and dolls. Welcome back to the most professional podcast intro that you've ever heard. Today, I'm joined by, as always, Judy Buddy 567. How are you doing, Judy? Judy, you 567.
Yeah, fine, I suppose. I don't know what that was, but yeah.
That was the intro. That was Look, right. Listen, I'm gonna come clean with you all. Okay. Every time we do this podcast, we do the shittiest intro. It's so bad. The whole thing is, oh fuck, it's not working. Oh my god. And do you know what just happened? That happened again.
Work.
That's what we did right now. Right? Okay? But this time it was so bad that we had to restart again. And then I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to try the good intro again. Just so you know, at any point during this podcast, Judd could completely disappear. And we'll have no fucking clue what's going on. But yeah, at least we went through a half-decent intro for once. Or did we? It was probably still pretty shit, let's be honest.
It was still a bit shit.
Oh, Judd. Have you got a microphone there in front of you?
I have. I don't know why Discord doesn't think I have, but I promise you, there's a microphone in front of my face.
Good. How have you been? What have you been up to? There's been a week? Was it a week? Yeah, it's been a week since the last podcast. Do you know the reason why I forget is because me and my girlfriend got very drunk, and she was like, I want to do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. So I was like, you know what, honey? Sure, we'll do a podcast. Pats her head. So I slapped it on. I did record it. Did stream it. It's not going out, though. Don't worry. It's not going out. I don't think she realises how drunk she was. Also, I was pretty drunk too. So
that's fair enough then. Just never let it fucking see the light of day.
Oh, it's deleted already. It's just gone.
Nice.
But that's why it's fucked up my rhythm though, because normally it's once a week. Like every Wednesday we do a podcast. So I know there's been a week between, but I've done a podcast between those, so it feels like there's been more than a week.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you been up to, Judd?
Fucking nothing. Same as usual. I have got some stuff for today. I think I've been saving it in my phone. I should have some stuff to talk about today, but
very smooth.
I personally have not really been into anything.
Done it like that, actually.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about something first, Judd.
Okay.
If you watch the video version of this podcast, you'll be able to see our glorious. Do you know what I was about to say then? Our glorious fizzogs. Do you reckon anyone outside of Yorkshire says the word fizzog?
No, I don't think anybody has ever heard the word fizzog apart from anybody in Barnsley.
That's like a weird, properly niche slang from where we live for face. Fizzog means face. That's so strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Fizzog.
If you watch the video version, obviously you can see our glorious fizzogs. You can get that video version on the Games Badly YouTube channel, or you can see it live on twitch.tv/gamesbadly. If you don't want to see our fizzogs, very reasonable choice.
I don't want to see our fizzogs anymore. Stop saying it like that. That's nasty.
If that's the case and you only want the audio version, you can listen to it on all good streaming platforms, including Spotify and Apple Music. But the reason I'm saying that is I've got pretty long hair right now. I would say I've got medium length men's hair currently. But that's all about to change on Friday, because in our country, as you will know, Judd, people with the snips, the barbers, the hairdressers, all of those, they're open. And Lord, have you seen how long my hair's gotten at this point?
I've not had a proper look, no.
It's properly like it's nearly. If it was much longer, you'd be able to consider it a bob.
Yeah,
like a bob haircut style, which is. I know that's like, obviously that's not interesting at all to most people, but to me that's insane, which is so weird. It feels like such a drastic thing. But I find it especially strange, I think, because somewhere in either my mum's house or my grandma's house or something, I managed to find a photo, like an old photo of, I think it was either the day I was born or the day I was brought home from the hospital from when I was born. And our dad has a bob haircut. Have you ever seen this? Have you seen the photo?
Um, no. I mean, maybe.
It's weird to kind of follow that a bit. I've not got the same hair as my dad, and neither of you actually.
Yeah.
Neither of us have. I've got my mum's curly hair, and you've got your mum's ginger noggin. But I don't know. It's just I don't like it. The main problem is with my big autism going on. That's not a
Yeah.
joke. It's real. It goes in my ears and in my eyes all the time, and it probably stresses me out.
Yeah.
Which makes me laugh. So that haircut is happening. You've already had one, haven't you?
I've had one. Yeah, I've already had one.
How was COVID haircut?
Very nice. Having my hair cut is one of my favorite things in the whole world.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Like, I love to go into hairdressers and like give them about 18 quid and just go, right, I want my hair cut in, I want a skin fade,
You
I
just
want a hot towel
generally like
shave.
You just like being fondled in general, though, don't you?
It's like being groomed. It actually is. I right enjoy it.
Oh,
Pay 80 quid to them. They give
that's
me
a
hot towel
lot
shave.
of money, actually. That for a haircut.
They stick fucking cotton buds up my nose with hot wax.
Where do you go? You must go to the most Tory haircutting place ever.
No, it's not.
I go to a fancy place. Like I go to a place that's like won awards and stuff, and I only pay £12.
It's not Tory. It's because it's fucking run by Turkish, and Turkish just know how
Turkish
to
barbers.
fucking
Yeah,
cut hair.
they're known for
So-
having like the best haircutting. They're like the
Yeah.
top dogs for that, aren't they?
Yeah, so I go there all the time, and yeah, I just always get my haircut at the Turkish people.
It's fair enough. It's a
I call them preachers.
No, you can't. It's a weird one because when I was younger, for years, for literally like 15 years at least,
Yeah.
I used to go to a barber's that was like it's an independent Yorkshire barbers
Yeah.
that I used to go to because basically when my mum got with her current husband, I was maybe 3, maybe 4. So she was like, right, he needs a haircut to her new partner, or I might have been 5 or 6 even when they got married, and he was like, right, he needs a haircut. Will you take him to the barbers? So obviously, Simon, who we've mentioned on this podcast, the most bland being that exists, only knew of one barber's, which is the one he'd gone to forever. It's the only one that I know, and it was really near his mum's house, but not very near our house, not very near the house. But that's the one I was going to because that's the one he knew of. And the thing is, I don't blame him because as soon as I knew of it, I didn't want to switch either. And that's the only barbers I would go to forever. And to be fair, he did a good job, and he was very good value. It was like £5 for a haircut, for an adult haircut. And that's really good value. And he did a good job for that. The thing that I was asking for was very basic. It was nothing special at all, but whatever. But the new one I go to, when I started wanting to actually look decent, I go to this fancy lad place, and I'm just very excited for it. 2 things as well, Judd. As you know, regularly on this podcast, I like to get my rocks off, as they might say.
Do you?
Yeah. Which means this is probably the most likely time I will drink during the week, which obviously is happening. Being as Judd, by the way, anyone listening to this in the future, Judd was extremely late for this podcast, an hour and a half late, right? So I'm already on about 4 beers.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep in my bed and woke up, and it was I was like.
That's why he sounds like a boring cunt and everything.
I do. Yeah, I'm still drowsy from it. So
yeah. But I've also got food on the way, so that's going to happen. At some point, you're going to get a Judd-only segment. And if you want to know what a Judd-only segment is like, you're going to get a brief example right now while I go piss. Go!
Oh, I don't know what to talk about, for fuck's sake. Let's start with the price of fuel nowadays. Now, listen, I don't drive a car. And it shows because fucking me and my friend who drive to work, were driving down the road the other day, and there were some fuel prices up. And I remember saying something to him like, "Oh, fucking, yeah, the fuel must be expensive there. And he goes, why? Oh, because the prices for fuel are in red. And I always thought for some reason that if the color of the lights that were showing the prices of the fuel were in red, that meant that that they were like more expensive than average market price in that one place.
Right, I'm sorry about that,
Oh,
ladies and
yeah.
gents. I know that was quite torture for you all. I
That
know
was
that I'm the
great,
real
actually.
character of this podcast, am I right? Lol, no. But, anyway, there's plenty to tell you about, Judd. A reasonable amount to tell you about. Parking cars.
Parking cars. That's what we're going with. Parking cars.
You ever done that? You ever parked a car?
Yeah, I've
Good.
parked a few.
Well, you've been doing driving lessons, haven't you? Tell us. You're gonna have to tell us all about your driving lesson, parking cars, and all sorts of that bollocks. Because I'm gonna have to go get my food now.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I think. How close is it? Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go do that. Tell us about your driving journey so far, because you are what age? You know, you're
I'm
late to doing
22.
it. Tell us all about driving, what you've learned so far. Cool, I'm going to go get food. This is the best professional podcast, I promise. I'm going to do it now.
So essentially, then, oh great, his fucking dog's gonna go kill a man. All I've been doing really is just doing the basic stuff. I've been doing pretty good at it though. Just fucking driving around, messing about in my car. I did have one little incident where is he back? I think he's back. I'm gonna wait till he sits down so Jake can hear this, because Jake will like to hear.
Right, I'm back. That was quicker than the
So-
piss, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that essentially I had a little bit of a mess up.
Oh no. Oh, did you crash something?
I didn't crash something, but basically I was driving and we came to this sort of like crossroads, and I was meant to turn left, and instead of like turning left, because I didn't realize I was supposed to turn left. This crossroads is completely empty, by the way. Nobody's on it. Instead of me going left, I drive straight forward, straight through this crossroad, immediately doing an illegal U-turn because I don't know.
Oh
I
no.
forgot to turn left, so I do a U-turn and just circle back on myself and like go the way I was supposed to. And
Only
like
you would have the balls to do that when they've not passed the test.
I realized immediately when I did it, I was like, that was fucking stupid. Why have I just done that? I like cringed when I did it, and I like looked at her, just like, yeah, you're not supposed to do. I was like, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. The reason I'm asking is because I wanted to transition swiftly onto. Recently, you're gonna like this, by the way, because you can make fun of me because of it. Recently, I got my first ever parking ticket. This is where if I had the capability, I would have like dramatic music, dum dum dum, you know, all that.
Yeah.
We don't have that. We're not that professional. I got my first ever parking ticket. Do you know what the going rate for a parking ticket is?
Go on.
£50.
That's bullshit.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I got to my car, saw this parking ticket, was like, I've paid for my parking. And the thing is, I had, honestly. And because the way most parking works nowadays, you used to have to go to a machine, press a ticket, and stick that on your car.
Yeah.
Right? But now, what you have to do is you get an app up, you say start parking session, and then when you get back to your car, you stop the parking session, and it charges you for how long you've been there.
We do it in Leeds.
Yeah. And I was in Leeds. That's where I've been. So I was doing that, and it was still running on my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? But when I got back to my car, well, when I looked at it and tried to dispute the parking ticket online, turns out my big old dyslexia brain couldn't read my number plate.
Ah, cool. Nice one.
So what had happened is, I'd put in my wrong registration number, and Leeds City Council was like, right, we'll let you off, but we are cross with you.
Yeah.
So,
Listen, we're fucking fuming with you, little bastard.
so parking ticket is gone, so far as I know. But
Nice.
anyway, I've avoided that. Um,
We do it all the time. We always get them wrong. Well, it's not my fault. Billy just forgets to put them on in the morning. So like, we'll get into 3 or 4 hours work, and he'll go, "Oh fuck, I've not put my parking ticket on."
oh
And
yeah,
usually it's okay, but he's had like 3 times now where he's had a ticket.
yeah,
But what he's done is he's always managed to dispute it because he's always then like put it on, like set it going, and then just said to him, "Oh yeah, the app crashed," which it's
yeah,
known to do. And so he's just
yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, the app crashed, so I weren't able to pay it." And he's always got his money back. So
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird parking now, and I think what's strange about it is I've parked in that same place like so many times, like at least 30
Yeah.
times, and I think not many people have been coming to check because of COVID. But now things are opening up again. Everyone's going
Yeah.
out and checking stuff, and so at the minute, I'm currently sending you a video on Facebook, Judd, because
Why are you doing that?
last podcast that we both did, I got more drunk than I realised.
Okay.
And forgot to send you some stuff. I didn't tell you about the creepy thing in the woods I saw, did I?
The creepy thing in the woods. No, you can't. I'm quite interested in the creepy thing in the woods, though.
Oh, good, because I'm sending you a video of it.
Oh no, no, I'm not. I'm less interested.
It's getting there. It's only like a minute 30. I want you to play it and react to it, and then I'll. If you kind of while it's playing, describe what's happening and tell us your thoughts on it as it's going. It's about to get there. Don't worry. I should have probably sent this before the podcast, to be fair. But
I'm scared now.
I
What's gonna
saw
happen?
this basically. I saw this on like I was just going for a kind of exercise walk in it weren't. It's not an area that's like massively woods. It's kind
Yeah.
of some woods near some industrial estate type of thing. I think it should have
Okay.
sent now. So I know if you're ready.
Is this on Facebook?
It's on Facebook. Yeah. You
I'm
got
a
it?
little bit. I'm a little bit scared.
Let
I'm
us know when
a
you're
little bit
going.
worried.
Are you
not-
going yet?
I'm a little bit spookified. I've got to be honest.
How is
hold
it
on.
taking you so long?
Okay,
Do you know how
I'm-
computers work?
I'm watching it. I'm on the thing. What is this? What is this? What is this?
Describe
I
it.
don't-
Tell us what
Okay.
Tell us what you're seeing.
Right. Okay.
You can
Yeah,
pause
right,
it or whatever
so-
you want because I've not got it playing.
I'm
It's fine.
pausing it. I'm pausing it. So Jake has found this area in the woods where it's it's like a load of sort of plastic sheets that have been hung up all over trees, and like it's made this big sort of makeshift tent, and then underneath these sort of makeshift plastic tents, it's like a sofa. And there's just like rubbish all around this sofa, so you can tell that like either some kids or some smackheads have been hanging out under it. But
Well,
it is,
the
yeah,
thing
it's
is-
got graffiti all over it.
I have
It
to
just
say,
looks like
I didn't find anything illegal there. There was no like canisters of gas or like needles or whatever. So
yeah,
just cigs. That's about it.
that's not too bad then. But
But have a look
No.
around. Play the rest of that video.
I've just watched the whole thing. It's just yeah, it's not somewhere that you wanna be seen.
It was so
Where you wanna
weird,
be.
Cause like it looked kind of harmless, but kind of not. I don't know. There was a bunch of graffiti all over it with like obviously Nazi symbols and penises. That's the default.
Yeah,
Graffiti.
that's like the go-to. Yeah.
But then there was stuff like Syrian mafia or something written on it, something like that, and I was like, oh, that one's a bit more concerning.
Yeah.
If you were going to be a graffiti gang like that, Judd, what would you graffiti?
It'd say Goblin Boys. It'd say
Oh,
Goblin
yeah.
Boys in Grease, and it'd just be everywhere. It'd just be all over the shop.
But what would your symbols be?
The symbol would be a goblin man's head, like just a little goblin man's head.
Cool.
That's
very
what,
original.
That's what it'd be. Yeah, and it'd be Goblin Boys.
You can tell that I'm the one who does all the graphics and the creative stuff for this, can't you? Because Judd goes, I don't know, goblins. I do a goblin.
I do a goblin. I just do a little green. I just do a little green sick goblin. That's what I do.
That could be your answer for most things. Like,
I just do a
Judd,
goblin.
what do you want to eat tonight? I don't know, maybe a little
Goblin.
sick goblin or something.
Probably
Judd,
just a goblin.
Judd, who do you fancy the most? I don't know, maybe like a goblin or something.
Goblins, listen. I tell you what. There's some goblins that are banging.
Judd would bang goblin. That's what you're getting from this.
I would bang a goblin. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely a banger.
I hope you liked the creepy sort of tent thing I found in the woods.
I didn't like that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't.
I'm so far as I know, I've not been back there. But as far as I know, still there.
Oh, I'd assume so. Yeah, that's not going away anytime soon.
Unless the weird thing, another weird thing about it was, you could tell they'd had a fire in the middle of it, but it was made of plastic, so it burnt through the roof.
Of course, yeah.
So-
I don't think they're that smart to understand that heat rises. I don't think they.
Yeah,
You
not
know.
if you're going to be doing something like that in the woods.
Yeah, you either a kid like a 13 or 14-year-old, or you are a smackhead. So you're not probably gonna, you're not probably gonna know that, are you?
So, what have you been doing? What games have you been playing? What movies have you been watching? TV, all of that stuff.
Oh,
If you
God.
still say Snowpiercer,
I've not been watching Snowpiercer because it's not on. It season 2 finished like
God for that.
not too long ago.
So
So
what
I-
have you been doing then? You just been sat on a chair, not
I
doing
kind
watching
of
anything.
I kind of have to be honest. I tried getting into World of Warcraft again, and I did like a big section of Battle for Azeroth. And one of the things is in Battle for Azeroth is if you're playing Alliance, you have to go help these fucking fat humans. Like literally, the only difference between them and regular humans is that they've got big fat pot bellies, and they're entire classed as like an entire different race of people.
Yeah, that's our
But,
race, Judd. Well, we should
yeah,
embrace that.
Yeah. If you do Horde, then you get like a different race of trolls. But
Bear in
basically,
mind,
what
I'm literally saying that while eating a big tasty.
but yeah, so you're supposed to just go to this place and like help these people out. But the thing is, there's so much to fucking do in it that it just gets boring. And when the quests are the same 5 quests over and over again, it just does you nothing. And I've just done like a big section of this story, and then realised that I'm probably only about halfway through this one segment of Battle for Azeroth. And when I'm done with that bit, that's not like the end of it. I still have this whole fucking war with the Alliance to do, and it's so annoying because like you'll get quests like this one where you're on the back of this wagon, you're being chased by some snake people or some shit.
Ah, yeah.
And
Normal
it's
day-to-day life.
it's like some normal World of Warcraft fucking quest. And this person's like, oh, you need to defend the car. And I just leaned back and I went, you know what? I'm not going to do it and see what happens. I'm just not going to do
It's like-
anything here.
Why?
And get,
But why though? Why?
Yeah,
Why
I
should
just-
I give a
I-
shit about this cart?
I just leaned back and I went, I'm not going to do it and see what happens. And you know what? Nothing happens. You still complete the quest. The person literally goes, great job on completing the cart. And I'm just like, this is literally the illusion of gameplay.
Mhm.
It's the illusion of doing stuff. It's insane.
Speaking of that, by the way,
Yeah.
speaking of games that maybe are good but not really, you
Yeah.
recently sent me a message saying the epitome of average game, the most average game possible, is The Outer Worlds. Now, would
Yeah,
you
I
like
think-
to do yourself a little old rant on that?
It's not a rant. The thing is, I can't rant about the Outer Worlds because it's not bad. But I'm not going to sit here and sing its praises either because there's nothing spectacular about it. It's just, I've never with a game just had everybody that I talked to about it just be like, yeah, it was fine. Like nobody likes that game, but it is nobody's favorite game either.
Oh
Like-
no, it's never going to be anyone's favourite.
Yeah, like even with me, it's like I never completed the Outer Worlds, and I don't feel like I'm losing anything by not completing it. But
Well,
at the same time, I did have some pretty good moments on that game, like that
let me
I
tell you, Joe,
enjoyed. But
I did complete the Outer Worlds, and I still
yeah,
don't feel like I completed it. Because the ending just kind of stops. It feels like,
Yeah.
we ain't got time to put any more in. It can end there.
yeah. But it's I don't know. It's weird because I love New Vegas, and obviously their marketing for that game was we're the ones that did New Vegas. That's all
Yeah.
it was. So I was like, yeah, whatever, fine. I'll play it, and it was fine. But it was just that it was just fine. Like the best thing about that was probably I don't know, maybe some of the humor and the script writing in it.
Not really. I
But
think for me, it wasn't the most average game ever because it was open world. You know, there was cool. It's kind of cool, spacey stuff. You were in space. It was kind of like Fallout Light.
yeah,
I get the concept of why they wanted to make it more than Fallout because you travelled to quite a few different planets, but it didn't matter because the bits of the planets you're on were quite small compared to Fallout. So it just
Yeah.
felt like one, or even a smaller one than Fallout. So it was just kind of like Fallout Light, really.
yeah.
Cool, whatever. Pretty
It
decent.
was fine.
Open
It
world,
was
fairly interesting, but like that's it. I'd give it a 5.6 out of 10.
yeah, and see, I would give it a bang on 5 out of 10. Like it's just fine, just okay.
But I don't know that I've played some games that are like more medium than that. For
Yeah,
example, do you remember the Assassin's Creed like side-scrolling kind of 3D ones? You'll have never
Yeah.
played them. They're very average to me.
yeah,
Like, they don't do anything that I would consider good, but they definitely don't do anything I'd consider bad.
yeah,
So that's what I'd consider. But Outer Worlds, open world, kind of, it was alright. You could pick some stuff. But it was like way more limited than it needed to be.
yeah.
But
I don't know. I can't think of anything where I was like that was, but really good.
yeah. Have you swiftly moving on from video games, have you been exercising?
No, no, I haven't.
Because the reason I ask is because gyms have been opening up again where we are, and you were
Yeah, they have,
wanting
yeah.
to go to the gym. So
I was wanting to go to the gym, and I might have more incentive to because Billy is going to start up at the gym just behind my house on through the week.
who the fuck is
So
Billy?
Billy takes me through to work because he lives near me, so
Oh.
we just carpool.
Oh,
But,
so you're gonna be builder lads, are you?
Yeah, so I think
you.
what might happen is if he's going in, I think I
You're
might just
betraying
go
the
in as well.
nerds. You're betraying the nerds, Judd. You mean one of these builder blokes? Fuck you.
I've
Be a
noticed that
nerd.
like I've noticed that I get on with like basically every sort of social standing.
Yeah, well, it's really
It-
fucking annoying for me who gets on with basically no one.
Yeah.
That's been the case your entire life, and I've always been fucking jealous.
That I can just I am absolutely like a social chameleon, aren't I?
It's
Like I
so
can just get
weird.
into any sort of group of people, like building lads, metalheads, nerds, just whatever.
A big weird thing about it is you don't act any different, really.
Yeah,
You're basically the same person, but everyone just accepts you somehow.
yeah.
I don't
I
get it.
I think the thing is if you're just like kind enough to people and you're funny enough, nobody's gonna want to like.
What the
you know-
fuck? You're not kind to anyone.
I'm kind to everyone. I've never been nasty to anybody in my entire life.
I beg someone goes back through all the podcasts we've ever done and singles out all the bits where Judd's insulting minorities and stuff.
Can I point out the bit where I pushed a disabled person out of a wheelchair because it was pissing?
Honestly, Jesus Christ. It's not that. It's not the kindness. It's just it's mojo. I'm telling you. Austin Powers, right, gets his mojo taken away, doesn't he?
My
I
mojo,
swear to
baby.
God, that's it, genuinely, they were taking piss, but that is how life works.
Yeah. I had, it's fucking lost now. I don't know where it is. I had it on the side somewhere, but I got a fortune cookie not too long ago that said something like, you will get everywhere in life with your natural charm and charisma. So I read it, I was like, yeah.
Speaking of Fallout and Outer Worlds, that's
Yeah.
where your stats go into.
It is. Whenever I play any role playing game, all of my stats go into charisma. Just because I think you can get most out of games when you talk to people, like in New Vegas when you just talk down Leggett Linnaeus instead of like gonna war with him.
Well,
You just stand there and call him. You just tell a Roman to fuck off, and he fucks off.
well, it makes sense if you think about it, especially in like kind of first-person shooter RPGs, because if you're skilled enough, you can shoot the shit out of anything, even if your stats are low.
Yeah.
But you can't skillfully talk your way through dialogues. That's not how anything works. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's the best for like Dungeons and Dragons way, because like that's you like talking and like doing it, but then you have points in charisma and stuff.
Yeah.
But the way I always do it is that like if what the actual person playing the character says is like good,
Yeah.
like I actually like what they're saying, then I'll probably give them bonuses.
Yeah,
like
I think that's pretty standard.
Like there's a thing in Dungeons and Dragons called advantage. So basically what you do is if I said to you as a dungeon master, if I said roll with advantage, and what you do in that circumstance is instead of rolling one dice, you roll two and pick the highest, because basically it's like what you're doing, what you're doing in this situation, so it's more likely that what you're doing is going to happen. Equally, if I don't like what you're doing, like if you're just like, oh yeah, fucking whatever, I'll probably give you a disadvantage, which is you have to roll two dice and pick the lowest.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's I always like going for charisma builds. I just think that they can be the funniest as well. So
yeah, but I do see why you don't like Outer Worlds so much, because it doesn't really benefit charisma builds too much either.
No, not an awful lot. And which is weird, because I thought that charisma builds would be the build for that game, because it's all about like corporate and stuff, isn't it? It's about like sponsors and money and shit, and like being a good salesman. So I thought charisma in this is going to be the shit, and it were fine, but it never really let me, because when I started that game, what I thought to myself was, I am going to be Han Solo in this.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Same with me. I was literally going to say that, either Han Solo or Handsome Jack.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm playing. Well, for me, it was more. I was more doing like Han Solo, where I was like sort of
same.
A sort of bounty hunter kind of thing. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fuck it. Same in what's it fucking called? Cyberpunk 2077.
I went into that. Finish it. I can't do it.
Have you been playing it? I didn't know if you were playing it.
I've tried to play it.
I knew that you wouldn't enjoy that game. I knew you wouldn't do, and I don't blame you either. But
the big problem with it is that I should. That's a game that I should love. It's right up my alley. But I just can't do it. I can't finish it.
They fucked it up, haven't they? They've absolutely fucked it up. You're right. But yeah, so when I was doing Cyberpunk 2077, when I was in that, I was like, right, okay, I am top shit. I am Arasaka's top shit. What I want in this game is to be at the top of Arasaka. That's what my guy's thing is. He wants to be on top. And that entire game was like, no, you shouldn't be falling for like the corporations and stuff like that. You need to be more like Keanu Reeves. You need to be more of a rebel. And I'm like, no, that's not what my guy wants. My guy wants to be on top.
They could still do it funny, as if it was kind of like fish out of water. He's not got a choice. He's just falling into this kind of rebel kind of things that are happening. But he really wants to serve the corporations. But he's like, oh no, Keanu Reeves has kidnapped me.
It's not even like serving the corporations. He just wants to be on top.
Imagine
and this
Emperor's
game
New
was
Groove, right? The story of Emperor's New Groove, except the Emperor is played by you, and then like that family.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. That's my experience with fucking Cyberpunk 2077. I'm not trying to be like I'll stop the Emperor from building like a water reserve on your town
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck that movie was.
I
I don't know. It was,
was
just
that Avatar? I think
I don't know. I
my
can't
approach
remember
to
that movie, though.
Cyberpunk. Bear in mind, I've barely played any of it because it's really hard to, because it's such a shit game.
Yeah.
Was I'm aiming for futuristic Jack Sparrow. That's what That's what I want to be in this city. And the main problem with that is you can't. The dialogue options and things like that just don't work like that. None of the voice actors work well for that. They're all like too tough.
Yeah.
I started out as one of the street level gang member type people rather than a corporation guy.
You did Street Rat, yeah.
Yep. And he was willing to help other people to I'm a tough guy.
Exactly. It's like I'm doing this and I'm like, look, the only way my guy really would want to help you is if he thought it'd increase his chances of going up.
Yeah.
Or the cash was good enough. That is the reason why my guy would help.
And
so that's most of the time
that's why it's so bad, that game, because it's trying to tout all this RPG customizational bollocks.
Yeah.
Don't make it more linear then. Make it based around an actual character that you want people to try and play as. That's fine.
Yeah.
Actually do that and stop trying to promise people essentially something like Fallout in a cyberpunk city. That's not what they delivered at all.
No, it's not, is it? It's not.
But this is the thing. The people who made that game, the company that made that game, is, to me, so far as I know, the most overrated video game manufacturer that there is at the minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've not made a good game, so far as I'm concerned. This is the audience's voice following right now. Oh, but you made The Witcher. They made The Witcher series. They made The Witcher 3. It's so fucking good. Spoilers. It's not. It's actually quite trash. Even now, when it first came out, it was a pile of garbage for everyone. Right? It was terrible. It was broken.
I'll say that I didn't mind it so much, but I do think a lot of people it is overrated.
But but listen. Here's the problem, though. When it came out, it was fucked. It didn't work. Same as Cyberpunk, right? Then, eventually, like No Man's Sky, they fixed it and released some DLC for it.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people like it after that and think and genuinely tout it as one of the best games of all time. Even after that, it's bad. It is bad. It's boring. You have to do 20 minutes worth of homework before you bash a monster in with your sword. No, I'm alright.
That's the draw for some people, though. That's where it becomes
but listen to this,
different
Judd.
appearance.
You have to do 20 minutes. Just don't make it mandatory.
It's
very easy. Many games I've played have done that. The one I always point to, and I've done it in many podcasts before. If you want to hear me complain about it, listen to all the podcasts I've done. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You've got some brilliant difficulty options where if you want to have to do your 20 minutes of homework to fight a boss or whatever, you very well can, and it's very fun for those people. I don't want to do that, and it's lazy, the fact that they just can't, make that different. The combat's clunky. It's the voice acting is goddamn terrible. The story is Geralt looks for woman. It's bad. It's bad.
Geralt adds to his fucking pimp collection. That's what it is. Geralt is straight bowling, and he gets his bitches. That's the story.
It's not completely bad. It's a mildly bad game. Oh, Judge, you know what I've just thought?
What?
Video game spreadsheet. Video game rankings.
Right.
I've made a movies ranking spreadsheet for me, Judd, my girlfriend, and our mate Cal. It's good. It's a spreadsheet. We give movies scores out of 100. Compare them to Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. There's some good stats. It's very good. I love my spreadsheets. I've just thought.
I love me spreadsheets, mate.
Video game spreadsheet. That's the one we need out of 100.
We need a video game spreadsheet.
I'll duplicate the movies one. We can have a video game one. We'll do that. But Judd, somehow weirdly we're struggling for content on this podcast. Tell me about something. How was your last shit? What was that? What was that like? You did a turd?
My last shit.
Yeah.
My shit. Hold on.
I hope that picked up on the mic.
Yeah, I do as well. My shits have been fine, thank you very much.
Are you looking forward to lockdown restrictions going? Because we've recently
I
had.
am. You know, I'm so excited for the 21st of June. I'm so looking forward to it.
Is that when everything opens up again? 21st of June.
That's like nightclubs and getting off your face and all of that.
Bear
you
in
can
mind,
do all that again.
it won't be. It won't be that.
No, it's. I think because you're not. That's not them saying like you have to walk around in a mask and stuff. In fact, I was looking. Billy was showing me something earlier. The public, the people who like the World Health Organization. The World Organization, the Health Organization, the people that say all the shit about the regulations.
Who?
I don't know who the people from that.
Are you actually dumb or do you not realise? I can't tell if you're joking along with me or not here.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, no, you are just dumb. Okay, I thought we were doing some sort of Monty Python sketch, but you're actually just that
no,
dumb.
but no, with that I mean...
for the idiots who are listening to this as well, because inevitably there's going to be... When I was saying who, World Health Organization. WHO. Who? Brilliant. It's an acronym for World Health Organization. So I was saying who? I want. Yeah, whatever. Fuck you guys.
I think that's great. Yeah. So we were reading a thing from them, and they were saying you don't have to wear masks like in places anymore unless you have something wrong with like a respiratory problem or you're showing signs of it. So that's good, but also like how many people know that? Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah, like no one, but it don't matter because they say that, but it's not the law. The law's not changed, so that don't matter. And also, individual restrictions for companies matters as well. So if you think about before all lockdown and things like that happened, there'd be certain shops, like corner shops, that would say only 2 children allowed at a time.
Yeah.
So if they had any more, they might cause trouble and that sort of thing.
Yeah. As disgusting children tend to do.
Yeah, exactly. So, so those shops can still say, "Oh, everyone still has to wear a mask in our shop."
Okay.
It's every sort of every place will have its own rules. Every country will, everything. So it's a bit more in depth than that. But the other thing is that's bearing in mind people who've had a certain amount of vaccination and things like that. You've not had any, have you?
I've not had one yet. No.
Yeah, exactly. So I've had one vaccination because I work for an NHS company, and my second is due this weekend as I'm recording this. So it depends, and hopefully as many people can get vaccinated as possible. But I think it might be a thing we've asked a lot, but what are you most looking forward to at this point? Because it kind of changes, doesn't it?
You know what? Honestly, I'm so looking forward to actually being able to have a game of Warhammer again. Because I've got so many new models and stuff that I'm looking forward to playing with and trying out. And new things have had rules updates and things are better than what they were before. And I've not actually been able to play a game for about 8 months. Because there was that little...
We need to split up those ones that you're selling on eBay, by the way. We've just not done that for ages. There's been a guy messaging me are you gonna split them yet? Are you gonna sell me the individual tanks? Or...
Yeah, no, and I'm we'll split them. we'll split them because I've been thinking about that a lot recently. It will... Because the problem is...
Let's do it tomorrow.
Is really that a lot of people will be looking at these tanks and going, oh, there's a Shadow Sword there, or there's a, Leman Russ Executioner. I'm into that. But they'll not want to spend the 300 quid and have all this extra shit to put on top of it. So we need to split it up. And people might be more incentivized to just buy the little guys as well then, because we'll just put them up for a fucking 8 quid per squad.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, we can figure it out. I've set a reminder on Robot Slave to do that tomorrow.
I've got a little story about Robot Slave, kind of involving Robot Slave.
Go for it.
I assume you're
struggling to fill the last bit of content.
I assume you're talking about Alexa when you say Robot
I can't
Slave.
say it because then she'll
She'll
chime in and then I'll be like, fuck off.
She'll fucking start off the bitch. It's not big, but my cousin was like over the other day, and he's only a little kid, so we're having this barbecue, and he goes up to the Alexa and he goes, "Alexa, play song from Trolls World Tour." And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, here we go, fucking so trying to sat here and enjoy my fucking hot dog, and I've got to listen to this shit. And this song came on, and I'm listening to it, and my head starts bopping a bit. I'm like, what's this tune?
Confirmed.
What's
Good luck,
this?
Trolls World Tour.
I'm like, what is this song? And I had to, I had to add it to my fucking playlist on Spotify because it was like pop.
What is
it's
it?
like-
Shout it out.
It's called The Other Side. I can't remember.
The other side.
I can't remember who it's by, but
Yeah,
it's
Google.
by
I
someone
think,
who's like fairly noticeable.
Yeah, I think that's one of the Pixar-y type things, where they get like a kind of like a real. I can't type and speak. That's the main problem that's happened, and my light's just fallen over. They get like an actual songs, like songs.
Yeah,
that are in the
yeah.
charts and
Someone to
things
write
like
an
that.
actual song.
I'm gonna have to put my light back up.
The annoying thing about this song though is that nowhere, like on Spotify, does it just have the name of the song. It's always The Other Side brackets from Trolls World Tour. So I look like a bit of a retard with a song on my Spotify that says that. But
Well, it is SZA and
SZA.
Justin Timberlake.
yeah,
SZA is one of those Nicki Minaj clones. So there's Nicki Minaj, there's Doja Cat, there's
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
Cardi B, there's Megan Thee Stallion, there's SZA. Oh my god, I can't believe I've even mentioned that many. Like, and then obviously Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, in fucking Trolls World Tour. And this song comes, I'm sat like eating it. I'm like, I'm ready to start stanking to this. It's good. What is it?
Well,
I was
Judd,
like,
Speaking of SZA, speaking of
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj clones, and more importantly, Juice WRLD. No, that's not the words I
Juice
want.
WRLD.
No, that's not the one I want. It's... Which one is it? It's not the Megan one. Holy shit. Out of all those
What?
names I just mentioned, just tell me what names I just mentioned. What the fuck? How
I've
can I
already
remember
forgot. I've already
There's
forgot.
Megan who owns a stallion. There's
Yeah.
Juice WRLD. No, not Juice WRLD.
Stop saying Juice WRLD.
He's not one of them. Oh my god, Cardi B. It's not that one. Who the fuck is it? I just said the name.
It's funny because I've
Holy
also forgotten.
shit. Who am I looking for? It's not Nicki Minaj. It's not Megan Thee Stallion. It's one of
SZA.
those. It's not SZA
SZA.
either. It's the last one. The last one
It's
we're
Juice
missing.
WRLD.
Doja Cat. Fuck me.
Doja
Cat. Oh my god. What the hell? What's wrong with our brains? Doja Cat.
Your brain's just falling out the side of your nose.
Doja Cat performed at a certain event recently. Do you think
Okay.
you can name that event?
Not Leeds Fest because it's not happened this year. Has it happened this year?
No, and that's what I've got tickets to it, and I've not obviously not been yet. But like,
Oh, Leeds Fest then.
no, she's already performed at an event.
Already?
Yeah,
Fuck knows where. Where's she been?
she's performed at the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight. It's a good transition. That is,
Yay,
Richard. That was
cool,
good. That works
nice.
well.
Very nice. I like
Although I wish she fucking hadn't.
that.
Like,
You're not good.
this is
Good.
a boxing card that you pay. I paid I think it was $23 for, and I think that's the sort of average price. It's different depending where you live. And 60% of it was music acts for this
Yeah.
boxing fight. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind some music acts, and I like festival and stuff, but I paid for a boxing fight, so
I don't know. I suppose it's like, it's just extra shit that's going on.
Well,
Ties people.
it's a bit common nowadays to have a famous artist accompany a boxer to the ring. So they walk to the ring with them while performing their song next to them, as the backing track's playing and whatever. It's kind of like a flex. I get that. That's cool. Whatever. It's just the same as it ends up being the same amount as a normal ring walk. I'm good with it. But I swear to God, there must have been 10 to 12, like, it felt like about 10 or 12 different musical acts on, all playing about 3 or so songs at least. There was Snoop Dogg, there was like fucking Ice-T, there was Exhibit, there was like, I don't know if these were actually it was just a bunch of people who were old school rappers, but they may as well have been them. There was Megan Thee Stallion, or whoever just missed out, as well as Doja Cat or whatever. There was 2 of those ones. There was
the Juice WRLD.
There was just there was Juice WRLD. No, there was Justin Bieber. There was like 4 other people I've never heard of. It's like, so it was like, I'm already having to get up at 2-3 a.m. to watch this.
To watch this fucking fight that nobody cares about.
Yeah, exactly. That many people actually are saying was fixed, but we'll get to that. So, the fight card, right? Normally, on a fight card, if you've not got all these musicians playing, right, and kind of boring people, you might have 10 fights, including prelim fights and all sorts. On this one, I think there was 5. So they kind of halved it to have music on and that. Maybe that's because of COVID. Who knows? But there was the first fight. Right, I'm not gonna. There's not many people I actually know their names of on this card, but right. So the first fight. Bear in mind, other than Jake Paul, these are professional boxers. So the first fight was an 8 wins, 0 loss guy who had knocked out every one of his 8 opponents, right?
Okay.
Against a guy who's never boxed before.
Okay.
Cool. Well, what do you think happened in that?
I think he got his head stumped in, the one that's never.
He didn't throw a single punch.
Oh, cool.
He literally just runs around. But the main thing that I got from this fight is this 8-0 and now 9-0 boxer who's knocked out everyone. He's fucking trash. I could beat the guy. Honestly, it was like watching a grandma fight. It was insane. I was watching. I was sat up at like 4 a.m. at this point, thinking, am I hallucinating? Is this actually happening? How are these guys so trash? And then obviously he beats. These guys are supposed to have some sort of beef over a woman in the club. I don't care.
Oh, in the club, is this real? They've got deep lore to this.
Whatever.
Conflict,
it's
then.
Probably more like WWE, and people were actually drawing comparisons between this and WWE. This whole event. So, and then this guy, who's like the most trash boxer I've ever seen, obviously proceeds to call out Jake Paul at the end.
They just all do it. They just all call him out.
No. As soon as he said that, I was like, well, that's not happening. And the thing is, this is the difference. He's a professional boxer who no one gives a shit about on social media. I've not heard about him in my life. That's what you need to fight Jake Paul. So then the next fight was the one that was one of the ones that I was actually sort of like reasonably interested in, because I like MMA. I've followed a lot of MMA history, and in this fight there was an ex-cruiserweight boxing world champion, Steve Cunningham, I think his name is. Cruiserweight is like just a couple steps below heavyweight. So basically, if you're a cruiserweight, you can probably bulk up and fight at heavyweight. So it's like nearly heavyweight type stuff. So he was a champion at that at one point, but didn't. He wasn't one of the top champions at that. He's got 9 losses on his record in total, but that's not that many considering his history. He was fighting an ex-MMA heavyweight champion called Frank Mir. Now, I knew about Frank Mir. That's the reason I was interested in this.
I actually have. I'm sure I've heard that name before as well. So
cool guy, not a boxer. Weirdly, most heavyweights do actually throw punches, because if they clip anyone with that, they're going down. That's kind of why heavyweights are exciting. That's why you get a lot more kind of punch fights in heavyweight in MMA. But weirdly, Frank Mir's known for being not so much that, and does kind of submissions and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So I saw him do some pad work on the sort of press workout. So they do like some punching some pads and things like that for the cameras live, to get some hype for the fight. And oh my god, he looked like a cripple. He looked like a
Like a
crippled
cripple.
old man.
Some Ricky Berwick ass looking motherfucker came up on
Holy
stage.
shit. He, honestly, I don't want to disrespect him because he's such a cool guy and a brilliant fighter in
Yeah.
MMA and could floor me easily, could destroy either of us. But
Yeah.
fuck me, he looked terrible. Honestly,
Just looked a bit
he
sickly.
was the worst fighter of the night, easily. Oh, no, there was the guy who didn't even throw a punch. Sorry, he
Yeah.
was the worst one. But honestly, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna die. He's gonna die in this fight. He's genuinely gonna die. He's fighting like a proper, like, decent boxer. He was older than the other guy. He was like half an inch shorter than him, I think.
Yeah.
The main thing was he weighed 70 pounds more than the other guy.
God.
Now,
What the fuck?
that's kind of, depending like how you think, that's either an advantage or a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're heavier, you've got a more powerful punch. Even if it's fat, if you're throwing that fat behind a punch, it's
Yeah.
going to be heavier. But 70 pounds? That's
Yes.
not an advantage.
Yeah.
At that point, you're just fat. Yeah, he looks like me going onto the weighing scales. And I am...
Yeah.
Well, I'm a bit of a big boy right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the annoying thing with that one is, I'm thinking, right, at least we'll get to see an exciting, crazy knockout. Frank Mir's gonna get like floored.
Yeah.
No, nope,
No.
didn't
no,
happen.
Not even.
Steve Cunningham just kind of like went pew pew, haha, I'm winning this fight. For the entire round, and
Okay.
And won, obviously. Like, everyone knew he won. It was obvious, but like, it was boring as fuck. So that that fight were crap as well. Then the next fight I can remember, another weird one. Every fight on it was stupid and annoying. The next one, there was some decent boxing in it because this was the only actual world championship fight. Okay, it was one of the lighter weights, but it was fairly exciting. I think. I'm not sure. I think both fighters might have been undefeated.
Yeah.
But basically, how it ended was the champion turned up the pace a bit, hit him with a really good clean body shot. Then this other guy dropped, pretending that he'd been hit below the belt, right?
Yeah.
And the cameras, obviously there's like a billion cameras around the whole ring. It shows 4 other angles showing not below the belt at all. Like, instantly it goes beep, 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 four cameras showing everyone that this guy's a fucking pussy and he's just rolling around on the floor for nothing. And yet, he continued to do that for 5 minutes straight. While the referee's like, oh yes, give him his time to recover. He was hitting the balls. And he never got up! They carried the fucker away on a stretcher because he was faking.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my god. And the thing is, you can tell why he was doing it. It's like when someone fakes a foul in football. He was trying to get a disqualification win.
He's going, ooh!
Yeah, he was trying to get a disqualification win. But everyone just saw that was utter shit and went, well, he better get up or he's going to lose then. And he just didn't even do it. He just didn't even try.
He just lost. He just lost then.
He just lost.
No.
He just lost because he was a fucking pussy. And again, he would absolutely kill either of us. So please don't kill me. You're not actually a pussy, just in that fight you probably were. Fuck it. Punch me, knock me out. I don't even care. Right, the main event, Judd.
Yes.
Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. Do you know how this fight ended? Do you know who won?
No, I don't know how this fight
Okay, that's
ended,
good.
but you were telling me about
You
this
remember me
fight.
telling you about these people and that, and you predicted, kind of like unsure that maybe Jake Paul would win. What do you think now?
Yeah.
Bear in mind, kind of, do you want another crack at it? What do you think?
No, because I don't care about these people. I still don't care about these fucking people.
Cool, so what happened was, Ben Askren just died.
Oh, he's fucking dead.
This is a guy that, like, a lot of the MMA community was like, oh yeah, but he's tough though. He's gonna like tire Jake out.
Yeah.
No, it was shorter than Jake's last fight, which was against a basketball player.
God.
The big thing is Ben Askren can't box. He can't box, like we said.
Yeah.
Can't do it. But, however, I'm still not happy with the result. I did kind of want Jake Paul to win, and I did kind of think he would win, so you'd think I'd be a bit happy with it. No, I'm not, because he hit him with a combination, a big right, he did knock him out, but you know when you get knocked out, but you get knocked down, and if you can get back up again within 10...
And then they're never going to let me down. I said I got...
You're never going to give you up either. No, but you know what I mean? If they can beat the count, 1, 2, 3...
Yeah.
And they get back up and they look all right, they can keep fighting.
Yeah.
So Ben Askren got hit and floored, hit his head on the canvas, but like literally it were only 1 second and he got back up again. He got up on like 5. He was up like in half the time.
Okay.
And he was a bit wobbly when he got up, but then after another second or so, he was like, right, I'm good. Right, let's carry on. And he was literally saying, right, I'm ready, to the referee. He was like, I'm ready. And the referee, like, was kind of... Jake Paul was there, ready to fight again, and he were pushing him back. The referee was like, no, wait a minute. And he turned back to Ben, was like, right, walk towards me with your hands forward. It's what they do to kind of make sure they're not too stumbly or anything like that. He did that and was like, right, yeah, I'm ready. Then the referee just goes, no.
Yeah.
And that's why people are thinking it's fixed, because Ben did look fine to continue. He did, I'm going to say it, and I do think he would have still got knocked out. But the thing is, you have to give people a chance to have these miraculous turnarounds and everything. Yeah, you have to, And it's not. It weren't fair. It was stopped too early. And that's why it's annoying, because for Jake Paul, even if you want him to win, you want him to actually win. Yeah, you want them to be no dispute. And that's why it's annoying. So yeah, that's why even the last fight was disappointing. And honestly, the whole event was trash. Every commentator, right, was bad. All of them were bad. This is including professionals. Mario Lopez, who's a professional presenter in America. There was Oscar De La Hoya, a boxing legend who's now preparing to have another comeback similar to Mike Tyson did. The best... You know how bad this event was when the best commentator was Snoop Dogg.
I didn't even know he was there.
I know. Snoop Dogg, right? As soon as Jake Paul hit Ben Askren and knocked him down, commentators are supposed to be impartial and be like, Jake Paul has knocked down Ben Askren. Will he get up from this? Meanwhile, Snoop, the best commentator on the board, is going, get my money, Jake. I bet $2 million on you, Jake. Get my money, Jake. He stood up. The camera cuts to fucking Snoop Dogg. Never mind whether Ben Askren's getting up or not. And Snoop Dogg's still going, get my money, Jake.
Have you seen Snoop Dogg's streams? Have you seen that he streams? He streams games on Twitch, and I swear to God, he gets so angry. It's so you wouldn't expect Snoop Dogg to get angry at games, but he gets furious. He gets proper angry at them. And he's playing Skyrim one time, and fucking he gets, you know how the giants just send you flying if they hit you. He's like trying to fight one of them. He kind of knows what he's doing. You can tell that he knows a bit of what he's doing. But he's like trying to bob and weave for this giant, and it catches him. It just sends him flying, and he just punches his desk and goes, "Fuck!" Really there's a compilation of Snoop Dogg just punching his desk and screaming "fuck."
Because I can imagine he don't commentate like through it much either. I bet it's quite silent the whole time.
Not so much.
The other funny
Soulja
thing
Boy
with
does it as well, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. Soulja Boy does fucking everything.
Soulja Boy fucking streams. It's funny. Tom was showing me a clip from one of his streams, and he's playing music like really loud. And this guy posts something saying, "Hey, can you turn the music down a bit?" And he sees this comment, and he goes, "What are you, a little fucking bitch? You want me to turn it down?" And then he turns it right loud and sticks the microphone right next to it.
Oh, so he's not playing his computer. He's just playing it out of a speaker.
He's playing on a little speaker.
I'm saying it right now. Jake Paul, right, was trying to start this beef with Soulja Boy to have a boxing match with him. He thought that'd be big. Well, fuck it. I'm jumping on that hype train. Fuck Soulja Boy. Fuck Soulja Boy. Honestly, he's such a prick. What has Soulja Boy ever done that's any of these? Fight me, Soulja Boy. Not in the street or something, because again, you'd probably murder me. But I will box Soulja Boy. I'll fucking have an MMA fight with Soulja Boy. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight Soulja Boy in any official fight. Not on the street, he'll just kill me. But he'll do a drive-by or shank me or something. But I would box or fucking fight. Not that would ever happen. And I'd still rather fight Deji because, you know, I've got weird long-running beef with Deji.
Hatred towards Deji, yeah.
By the way, I am rooting for him in his latest fighting Vinny Hacker. I am rooting for him. I hope he does well. I hope he trains very hard and does very well.
Nice.
But I don't think he will because he's a little fucking bitch. So anyway... Yeah, Soldier Boy, fuck me. I don't even know. I was gonna say something else, but you brought out Soldier Boy, and now it's just got me enraged. I'm just, I can't believe him. But anyway, I think that's an end of a podcast. We've managed to actually come up with enough content to fill a podcast. We were gonna struggle at one point halfway through this, but we got there in the end. Hopefully, you all enjoy the podcast. Have a good week, and everyone say it with me. Fuck Soldier Boy.
Kiss your children on the lips.
And
sometimes they might struggle against it, but sometimes you just have to be forceful.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Joke. It's jokes. It's a terrible joke. So, you know, sometimes we get close to ending this podcast on a nice note, but then Judd says something like that, and then
I can feel us about
like
to end it.
We end up arguing about it and being like, "Oh, this is terrible," and we're talking and say stuff, and it just ends halfway through a sentence all the time. It just happens every